Hey everybody, it's Ramona. Welcome back. Today I'm doing the Y Wax tag, and I was tagged by Susan Fitzpatrick. And basically, it's kind of like, how did you get into wax? That kind of thing. So this is my wax story. I made some notes because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget something, even though I still have notes anyway. So for me, goes way back to 2011, and I was living in Houston. Don't anyway. And my coworker at the time, one of the nurses I worked with, was a Scentsy consultant at the time. She isn't any longer, but she asked me would I host a Facebook party, and I said, of course I would, no problem. If anybody out there wants to host a Facebook party for me, please let me know. So I said I would. I didn't really know anything about Scentsy. So anyway, I ordered a warmer. I couldn't even remember what the warmer was called, so I had to look back online today to find it. It was called Arthur. And I ordered the warmer and a couple of wax bars. I don't know, 2 or 3. And so it was in my kitchen on my baker's rack forever. And I used it every now and then. I had one warmer, it was like a new thing. And when the wax ran out, I guess I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm done now. And I must have put it away. Well, I did put it away for a long period of time, and was not really into candles either or any other wax of any kind until I had a surgical procedure done in 2016, and I was off for 6 weeks. So the first couple of weeks I was laying kind of low, but then the last couple of weeks I was, feeling good. So I was doing some cleaning out of closets and things that you do, when you have a lot of time and, things haven't been done for a while. So anyway, I came across this Scentsy warmer, Arthur. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I had a party. So I pulled it out. I was like, but I don't have any wax anymore. So I went to Walmart and I said, well, I know Walmart has wax because I see it in their candle aisles and up there. So I bought some Walmart wax bars and just started melting some Walmart wax. Why am I having trouble talking? And when I was getting close to being done, YouTube was just kind of starting to be a thing then. And so I thought, well, let me go on YouTube and just kind of YouTube Walmart wax and see if there's any recommendations out there about what I should buy. So I was, and I found lots of people doing reviews of Walmart wax, one of which was Canada Kim 1978. She's one of the first wax friends I ever made. And it wasn't until a little bit later on, I'll tell you about that in a second. So anyway, I was watching different people talk about Walmart wax, but then in the midst of their conversations about Walmart wax, they would throw in this thing called vendor wax. Vendor wax. What is vendor wax? So then I was watching a few more videos about vendor wax, and then down the rabbit hole she goes. So one of the first videos I watched about vendor wax was by, her name was Sarah Lee, dark-haired, and her name was Sarah, or her YouTube name was Sarah. And all I remember of this person, and since then I've met her in person. I met her in Texas, actually, with Canada Kim 1978 and Shar from Shar's Scents. Anyhow, so what I remember is this gal, Sarah, and you didn't see her, you just saw her on a counter with a knife, and she was chopping up wax. She was chopping what I found out were loaves, a loaf of wax, and telling stories. And like, well, gee whiz, that's okay. I didn't really get it. I didn't get it at all. And so I was chopping her wax and putting it in a bag, and like even the little shards of wax, she was picking that up and putting it in the bag too. And I didn't really get it then. It's like, well, okay, of course you can melt that and you don't want to waste it. But anyway, it took me a while. So then started watching, and so she was the first one, I think. She was chopping, or she bought a lot of VCS, Vintage Chic Scents. She's the one that showed me the poinsettias way back when, way back when. And that's when it's like, oh, I need some of those poinsettias. So I've been Googling, not Googling, oogling and eyeing over VCS poinsettias forever. I love them. But anyway, so then Sarah would talk about other, wax vendors. And of course, VCS was one of the first vendors I ever ordered from based on her video. And then I think she might have mentioned Canada Kim, or Canada Kim's name came up a couple of times in my early video watching. And it's like, okay, well, let me find out who this Canada Kim person is. And so then I watched a couple of her videos, and she was talking about vendor wax and Walmart wax as well. And one of the early videos I remember from Canada Kim was her around decorating the Christmas tree and talking about DW Home peppermint bark candle, and she loved it. And it's like, oh, that sounds really good. And it was a very special candle for her, and she only brings it out when she's decorating her tree. And so I happened to go I didn't happen to go. I went on the hunt for a peppermint bark candle by DW Home. And I went to a couple of different Marshalls is down there. Winners is here. And I came home with, I think, 4 or 5 DW Home candles. I think I had 2 of the big 3-wick candles. I'm going like this, like you know what I'm talking about. You do. The big, because they're flat and wide 3-wick candles. And I think 2 of the medium-sized 2-wick candles and 1 of the little, like a little mini 1-wick candle. And I was so proud of my purchase. And so we weren't friends then. So I didn't have her phone number, or I don't think we were Facebook friends. So I think I just left a message on her video of telling her about the big score I got and how much I also loved Williams-Sonoma peppermint bark. And so I kind of put it all together. And she responded, and, I guess we kept responding back and forth. And then eventually, we were Facebook friends, or we exchanged phone numbers, and then we became really good buddies. And she came to visit me in Houston. If you don't know that, we had a little Texas tour in Houston. So anyway, so then we move on to Canada Kim now. And Canada Kim spoke a lot about rainbow melts. And that's when I started ordering a lot from Rainbow Melts as well. So at one point, and then you start, other people, like dozens of people, Susan Fitzpatrick, Kim Hart's Organizing, Teresa T for Two. Teresa T for Two, I'm pretty sure, and I mentioned this to her, I think, I'm pretty sure Teresa T for Two is the one that got me hooked on the cherry pie candle, because she did a video, and in her bookcase or something, she had like 10 or 12 or, 100, I don't know, a lot of cherry pie candles. So that was Teresa T for Two. Then there was Melanie and Anthony and Leanne and let's see who else. Brett Piscopo and Brett Parker, and all these people doing wax videos. And so anyway, I'm learning more about all these different vendors, and I wrote a list of some of them that I could remember. VCS was one of the very early ones, and the Bathing Garden, I ordered almost from every collection that came out. I ordered it because if you've not ordered from the Bathing Garden, it's really an experience even before you get to melt the wax. Each bar is individually wrapped in tissue paper. Each bar, I'm not a fan of glitter and, feathers and baby teeth in my wax, but it's beautiful to look at. And so when you open the clam, it's really a beautiful presentation, really stunning. So I did order a lot of the Bathing Garden, a lot of VCS. And at that time, I was in a lot of D-stash groups, wax D-stash groups. And I remember one time I got this huge VCS D-stash. It was 50. They had a couple of poinsettias, but most of them were roses and the coins. I got a ton of VCS, really, really cheap. And I probably still have maybe 1 or 2 pieces left, although I'm not sure that I have any old VCF. I think I've most recently melted them all. Canada Kim got me onto oh gosh, the mango, ginger ale mango was called, uh, why am I thinking The Sopranos? It's not this. Chicago Outfit. Chicago Outfit was mango and ginger ale, I believe, and it was really, really good. Anyway, so, yeah, Bathing Garden, VCS. I ordered from a small company called Case Creations. And that's where I found Pumpkin House Cafe, one of my all-time favorite coffee scents. And I just recently learned, I mentioned Kay's Creations not long ago in another video, and a subscriber told me that Kay's is not in service anymore, out of business. And I also ordered from another small company called, I think it was called Nene's Kitchen Melts or Nene's Kitchen or something like that. I ordered a couple of orders from them, not too many. I got that one from Sasha. I don't know if Sasha's still filming or not. Rainbow Melts, of course, Destination Wax, still top on my list, way up there. Pardon me. Yeah, Rebecca Harris is the owner, and her husband is, help me out here, I can't remember. Love Destination Wax. I love it. And I would probably still be ordering, but, well, not as much as I used to know. At one point, I know for certain, every payday, I was putting 1 or 2 orders in with different wax vendors all over the place. And even to the point where, you know, my mail delivery lady would say, oh, I love delivering your mail. It smells so good. What is in there? And so one Christmas, I gave her a Christmas card, and I gave her a warmer, and I gave her a whole bunch of wax. Destination Wax. That Smell Good shop, which used to be, I think it was called Wendy's Wax Melts or something like that, but it's that Smell Good shop now. I haven't ordered from there in a long, long time. I just might, just for giggles, just have a look at the website because it's been so long. And I really loved Wendy's, or is it Wendy's? I think it was. Anyway, that Smell Good shop, because they come in like, well, I guess they all come like that now. You know, they were easy to break apart kind of thing. You didn't have to cut them or anything like that. So that was pretty cool. So I really like that Smell Good shop. Zape Bath. I'm sure I'm missing a ton. But anyway, those are the ones that I could think of right at the top of my head. Oh, I also have a note here. The first wax melt that I fell in love with and bought in large quantities was Sensationals Tea Time. And I wish I could get it. I would absolutely buy a sleeve or 2. I loved it. If anybody ever sees Tea Time, please let me know. Anyway, where am I at? Yeah, okay, every payday wax delivery. Awesome. So then, you know, and one video leads to another, and you're down the rabbit hole, and you start seeing the same people and recognizing the same people all over again, and that's how we have our little wax community here. But also, not too early on, because I've been ordering wax for a while and having a lot of wax orders. And I stumbled across Susan Fitzpatrick's channel, or was referred to her, or however. And she was filming on her patio in the backyard. And I remember her saying that she was so proud of herself that she hadn't placed 1 wax order, 0, in 6 months. And I remember commenting, it's like, that is freaking amazing. How did you do that? And since then, Susan and I have become friends, or I consider her my friend. I think we're friends. And then we do like face mask challenges, which we haven't done one in a while. But anyway, so Susan's a good friend as well. So what does that bring us up to? So, okay. Yeah. So watching all these wax videos and other people, and one of the people that I was watching on a regular basis was Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom. And I'm trying to think, she wasn't into vendor wax at first. I think Melanie is now a little more, but she was a Scentsy customer, and she talked about Scentsy all the time. And I would watch her because although I didn't have any Scentsy now, but I did in the past, you know, because my first warmer was a Scentsy warmer. So I would watch Melanie, and she would talk about her wax dealer, Lisa Robertson. Lisa Robertson. That's QVC. Lisa Roberry. And it's like, okay, well, and, you know, she was referring everybody to Lisa. So I went and I started ordering from Lisa Roberry as well. And, before that, though, backpedal. My very first YouTube video, when I was on my sick leave for that period of time, for my surgery, I was watching all these people do wax reviews, and just regular people in like a dark kitchen or a closet or, you know, their bedroom or wherever, and just regular Joe blows. And so I was, after I had been like melting, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever, I have nothing to do but melt wax and clean closets, I guess. So I thought, I'm gonna try that. And I remember sitting at my black counter, my island in Houston, my townhouse, and I just set up my camera on a bunch of boxes. I didn't have a tripod. I just got it high enough on some boxes or something. And I just kind of made a video, the first one, and I just talked about the scent. And I probably didn't know anything about scent notes at that point. This was before I got into vendor wax and all that. And so I think I just talked about what I liked about it. Maybe I looked up the scent notes online. Maybe I didn't, don't know. Probably didn't know anything about throw or, you know, air, you know, circulation or anything. I just probably had a 2-minute video. I don't even know if I'm sure it's still there somewhere. And that was my very first wax video. So I watched it back. Or was it at my kitchen table, the first one, against the wall? Either way, it doesn't matter. I said, okay, I'm just gonna do this. And I remember coming home that summer, not too long later, I don't know, well, my surgery I think was in April, I think. And I came home to visit Nova Scotia in July. So was that 4 months later, something like that. And I was telling my friend Jane, because Jane and I have been friends now since 1990, the same Jane that comes on my channel every now and then. And we happened to be home on because she's from Nova Scotia, I'm from Nova Scotia, and we just happened to be home at the same time. So I went to visit her in her hometown, and because I hadn't told anybody about this YouTube channel business. I was like, not, you know, I wasn't gonna like, you're doing what? So I didn't tell anybody. So anyway, I told Jane, and Jane is so positive, so supportive of everything that I do. Most things, well, the ex wasn't so much, but anyway, so she was so happy for me, and she said, oh, that's so great. She said, how many subscribers do you have? And I was so happy. It's like, I have 35 subscribers. And I was so excited because I have 35 people listening to what I had to say. And I thought that was amazing. So anyway, that was a fun time, just kind of getting to know my way around the wax world and meeting people and, you know, making wax friends and having this little community of people that we all knew what we were talking about, you know, with different words. And if I, you know, talk to Jason about the throw or the scent notes or whatever, he's just, okay. Speaking of Jason, please, I got my new Scentsy Club order today. And everybody wants to meet Jason. So I asked Jason, would he do this? If he would come on air with me tomorrow night, and we're going to do my new Scentsy Club order. So if you want to see Jason, please leave a message down below, because he's a little bit scared. He's a whole lot scared. And I try to reassure him, like, it's just people talking, like, it's just, forget about there's people behind the camera. We're just talking about wax. So he's, you know, for us, it's nothing, but I guess for him, it's anything. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so back to Lisa Roberry. So Lisa Roberry was my Scentsy consultant then as well. And so I don't know when, probably, I would say it's probably sometime in 2000, maybe late 2017 or so, maybe a year later, something like that. And I had been ordering from Lisa pretty regularly, and she asked me one day, would I like to be a consultant? And I said, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because it just sounded really kind of salesy, which it is. It is a company that you sell and make money. But I just didn't think I could do it, or I wasn't that really interested in being a Scentsy consultant. And she said, well, you don't have to be, you don't have to have a team or be big into it. Just buy your Scentsy from yourself, and then you'll make the commission on it and buy more Scentsy. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I could do that. I'm going to keep it small. Yeah, I can do that. It's fine. So I joined, I did all my paperwork and and I got my packet in the mail. And by that time I had a YouTube channel. And so it's a year later. So now I have more than 35 subscribers then, because I've been doing all these wax reviews, tons and tons. Like every week I'm putting up a new video from a new vendor. And so I just went online and said, guess what, you guys? I'm a Scentsy consultant. I just joined Scentsy, da, da, da. Here's my website. And I didn't think anything would come of it. And then I just started getting orders, and it just blossomed and grew. And now I do have a team of my own. So that was just kind of, it just kind of, I don't know, just happened, I guess. I mean, I work at it, just didn't just happen, but I do work at it. And even behind what you don't see like on YouTube or Facebook, I mean, there's more to it than that I do to, I'm not doing it as much as I should because I've been distracted with that guy. But anyway, so that I think wraps up my Scentsy story. So here we are today, 2023. I am a Scentsy consultant. I still love wax. I still love vendor wax, but I don't get to order it as much because it costs so much to ship to Canada. I'm so excited to be going to Charlotte, North Carolina in July for Scentsy Family Reunion, where I'm going to see lots of my Scentsy teammates and Scentsy other consultants on other teams that I'm dying to see and meet, that we communicate, about Scentsy and other things. I was really hoping to see Susan. I'm not sure if Susan's going. I haven't asked her recently. Amy Jackson is not going. I'm really disappointed about that. Joshua's not going. Really disappointed about that. But I'm going to give big hugs to Lisa Roberry for sure, and some people on my team, and Jason's coming as well. So we're going to make a little mini vacation. We're going to go a couple days early, spend some time in Charlotte before the conference, and then go to the conference and then come home. So I believe that is my little Scentsy story, not Scentsy, my wax story. So now I'm going to tag some people as well. I'm going to tag Canada Kim 1978, Teresa T for 2, Adam Hendricks, and Carson Cole. So, because though everybody's been in the wax world for quite a while, so they should have some good, interesting stories, hopefully, to tell. So, hope you enjoyed my story. That is my story. I got nothing to add. So I will see you in the next video. Everybody have a fantastic night and melt that wax. I'll see you soon.